Hey beautiful souls, it took me a full decade to figure this out, but I'm gonna hand it to you in the next 30 minutes. Life doesn't wait around for anyone. The sun comes up, the world keeps turning, and whether you're prepared or not, time keeps flowing like a river that never stops moving. Every morning you open your eyes is proof you're still in this race. But it's also a warning. If you don't get up and move, life will leave you in the dust. Think about it. People we once knew have drifted off in their own directions. Jobs we assumed were permanent disappeared. Moments that felt eternal are now just memories. The world doesn't pause because you're exhausted. It doesn't slow down because your heart is broken. And it definitely doesn't stop because you're being lazy. That's exactly why mornings carry so much weight. Every single morning is a fresh chance to decide who you're going to be today. Will you repeat yesterday's mistakes, or will you rise up sharper and more driven? Here's a harsh but freeing truth. Nobody's coming to save you. People are too wrapped up in their own battles to carry yours. And that's not something to mourn. It's something to stand tall about. Because if no one's coming to rescue you, that means the power to change your life belongs completely to you. That's the beauty hidden in mornings. They remind you your life is still yours to build. Regret creeps in on many people the moment they wake. Regret over wasted time, broken dreams, chances missed. But regret means nothing unless you convert it into fuel. Don't treat your past like a prison. Treat it like a teacher. Every mistake you've made is a lesson etched into your memory, and every failure pushes you closer to wisdom. Morning is your daily opportunity to take those lessons and declare, I won't repeat what broke me. I'm going to build something stronger. But here's the warning. If you don't get up and build your own dream, someone else will hire you to build theirs. That's simply how life works. If you drift, stay unfocused, keep waiting for the perfect moment, it will never arrive. You'll spend years working towards someone else's vision while your own quietly fades. Morning hands you a choice: become the architect of your own destiny, or remain a laborer in someone else's. And on this journey, silence becomes your ally. Work quietly, guard your dreams, and celebrate your wins privately. People love to sabotage things, not always with bad intent, but through doubt, jealousy, or negativity. When you reveal too much too soon, you expose your dream to the storm of other people's opinions. The Stoics taught us to stay indifferent to outside judgment, and that wisdom still holds true today. Build in silence, protect your energy, let your results speak when the moment is right. And finally, never forget this: not all advice carries the same weight. The world is full of people telling you what to do, how to live, where to go. But if the person giving you advice isn't living the life you actually admire, why would you follow it? Choose your mentors carefully. Tune out the noise. Follow only those whose actions produce the results you're chasing. This is the foundation for everything you're about to hear. These aren't just words, they're principles capable of rewiring how you face your mornings, your struggles, and your future. It took me years of trial, pain, and reflection to understand them, and my goal here is to save you that time. Let's walk through these truths together, and by the end, you'll be equipped to wake up every morning with unshakable clarity. Say it with me now. I will rise stronger every morning. Number 1, life waits for no one. Life has no patience. It doesn't pause. It doesn't wait. It doesn't knock twice. The biggest lie many of us live by is believing we have time. We say, I'll do it tomorrow, next week, next year, someday. But someday is a dangerous word because it almost always means never. If you have a dream, a goal, a change you know you need to make, life isn't going to wait until you feel comfortable, ready, or fearless. It moves forward with or without you. The moment you open your eyes each morning, you're stepping into a world already in motion. Someone out there is already working on the very idea you keep postponing. Someone's already training harder while you're scrolling your phone. Someone's already building the life you only dream about. The world isn't slowing down to accommodate your hesitation. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote that we shouldn't act as though we have 10,000 years ahead of us. Death looms over us even as we live, so while it's still within your power, be good. His point was that time is our most limited resource. You don't own tomorrow. You don't even own the next hour. All you have is this moment, this breath, this morning. And what you choose to do with it matters more than anything else. Think about how many chances you've already let slip through procrastination. Think about all the days you told yourself, I'll start next week, only to find yourself in the exact same spot months later. That's what happens when you believe life will wait around for you. It won't, and the deepest pain isn't failure. It's looking back and realizing you never even tried. The world keeps moving whether you put in effort or not. Nature doesn't pause for your excuses. Seasons change. The sun rises and sets. People are born, people pass on, and time keeps flowing forward. You can either flow with it, taking daily action, or resist it and get dragged along anyway. Either way, life moves. What does this mean for your mornings? It means how you begin your day shapes everything that follows. Start with purpose, and you align yourself with life's momentum. Start with laziness, distraction, and hesitation, and you fall behind. Morning isn't just a time of day. It's a battlefield where you decide whether you're a participant in your own life or just a bystander watching it pass. Ask yourself, What if today was your last shot at progress? Would you waste it? What if today was the day your future self is begging you not to ruin? Would you still hit snooze? Every successful person you look up to shares one trait. They understood time was precious, and they refused to wait for life to slow down for them. They moved with urgency. They took action. They built. They failed and got back up. The difference between them and everyone else isn't talent, it's urgency. So what should you actually do? Start with one simple commitment: never let a morning go to waste. When you wake up, don't just exist, decide. Decide how you'll move, act, and progress. Even the smallest steps count: a page written, a workout finished, a plan sketched out. Life rewards those who respect time. The most powerful affirmation you can carry is this: I will not wait for life. I will rise with it. Live by that mindset, and you'll stop fearing being left behind, because you'll be the one moving forward every single day. So here's your challenge. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, don't reach for your phone. Don't scroll. Don't stall. Sit up, take a breath, and remind yourself, life waits for nobody. Today I move. Comment this right now to lock it into your heart. I will not wait for life. I will rise with it. Number 2, put yourself first. Let me share a truth that too many people ignore until it's too late. If something happens to you, the world keeps moving. Harsh, right? But it's reality. Your job replaces you. Your responsibilities get handed off. Even the people who love you eventually adjust to a life without you. Life doesn't stop just because you fall. It keeps rolling forward. That's exactly why taking care of yourself has to come first. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't build your dreams, support your family, or reach your potential if your body and mind are worn down. Yet so many of us live like we're indestructible, skipping sleep, neglecting our health, ignoring our own mental peace. We convince ourselves that sacrifice means running ourselves into the ground for others. But that's not sacrifice, that's slow self-destruction. The Stoics understood this well. Epictetus taught that you must guard your mind and body like a fortress. Because if the fortress falls, everything inside it is at risk. In the same way, if you collapse, your dreams, your goals, and the people who depend on you all suffer with you. So your very first responsibility every morning is taking care of yourself. Ask yourself, what's the point of working tirelessly for wealth if you're too sick to enjoy it? What's the point of chasing your dreams if your body gives out before you reach them? True discipline isn't only about hard work, it's about smart work, and smart work starts with self-care. So what does this look like day to day? It means treating your body as the vehicle carrying you toward your destiny. Fueling it with real food, not poison, strengthening it through movement instead of neglect, resting it with sleep instead of endless scrolling, and sharpening your mind with quiet instead of noise. These habits might seem small, but together they form the foundation greatness is built on. Think of your morning as the launch pad for your entire day. Started in chaos, rushing, skipping meals, drowning in stress, and you set the stage for more chaos. Start it with order, hydration, movement, and calm reflection, and you step into the world already prepared. Many people avoid self-care because they think it's selfish. But flip that thinking. It's actually selfish to neglect yourself. Why? Because when you break down, the people who rely on you suffer too. Your family, your friends, your mission, they all need you strong. Taking care of yourself isn't selfish. It's the most responsible thing you can commit to. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that we hold power over our own minds, not outside events, and realizing that is where real strength begins. That means guarding your mental state matters just as much as guarding your physical one. Each morning, check in on your thoughts. Are you filling your mind with negativity before the day even starts, or with purpose and clarity? Picture this: 2 people wake up at the same time. One rolls over, scrolls social media, and fills their mind with envy and distraction. The other drinks water, stretches, breathes deeply, and sets an intention for the day. Which one do you think handles life better? Who stays grounded when the storms hit? That's the power of a mindful morning. It gives you a shield before the battles even begin. So make this your commitment. Stop waiting until crisis forces you to care for yourself. Don't wait for burnout, illness, or heartbreak to remind you how fragile you actually are. Build habits now that protect you for years down the line. Every morning, ask yourself, what can I do today to strengthen myself? And then go do it. Because here's the truth, life waits for no one, but if you take care of yourself, you can move with it, not against it. You can keep pace with the flow instead of being swept under by it. Say this with me and drop it in the comments. I will take care of myself first, because my dream depends on it. Number 3, don't dwell in regret, learn and keep moving. Regret is one of the heaviest chains a person can drag around. It trails behind you, slowing every step, whispering that you should have done better, that you wasted time, that you're already too late. But here's the truth. Regret is worthless unless you turn it into fuel. How many mornings have you woken up trapped in your mistakes, thinking about the job you didn't take, the relationship you ruined, the opportunities that slipped away? That's the trap regret sets. It convinces you the past is still alive, when in reality it's already gone. You can't go back. You can't rewrite it. All you can do is learn from it. The Stoics were crystal clear on this. Epictetus said we suffer more often in our imagination than in reality. And regret is exactly that, suffering inside your own head, manufacturing pain from something that no longer exists. The past is a closed book. The only power it still holds is whatever lessons you choose to pull from it. Instead of asking, why did this happen to me? Ask, what did this teach me? That single shift changes everything. Every failure becomes a lesson. Every heartbreak becomes wisdom. Every wasted year becomes a teacher pushing you not to waste the next one. But here's the danger. Regret doesn't just weigh you down. It blinds you to the present. You're so fixated on what you lost that you miss what's right in front of you. Imagine driving while staring only into the rearview mirror. You're guaranteed to crash. That's exactly what regret does. It keeps your eyes locked on what's behind you while your future quietly passes you by. So how do you let it go? First, accept that you can't undo what's already happened. Forgive yourself for being human. Nobody makes perfect choices. Nobody avoids every mistake. What actually matters is whether you repeat them or rise above them. Second, take action today. The best cure for regret is progress. If you regret years spent not exercising, start moving your body today. If you regret not starting your business sooner, take one small step right now. Regret loses its grip the moment you prove to yourself your future can outshine your past. And third, remember this, you're not the same person who made those mistakes. Every sunrise makes you new. The very fact that you feel regret proves you've grown. Don't punish who you are now for the mistakes of who you used to be. Instead, honor that growth by moving forward wisely. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the obstacle in the path becomes the path itself. Your regrets, your failures, they're not roadblocks, they're the road. Use them. Let them forge you into someone unshakable. Tomorrow morning, when regret tries pulling you back into yesterday, answer it with action. Say, thank you for the lesson, but I'm walking forward. Remember this affirmation and write it down. I am not my past. I learn, I grow, I move forward. Number 4, build your own dream or spend your life building someone else's. Every morning you wake up, you're faced with a choice. Will you build your dream or will you spend the day building someone else's? This is one of the hardest truths to accept because most people spend their entire lives serving another person's vision while their own dream stays buried inside them. Look around. The company you work for, the building you sit in, the app on your phone, even the coffee you're drinking. All of it was once someone's dream. The only reason it exists now is because that person chose to build instead of delay. They refused to let mornings go to waste. They refused to ignore their calling. They acted with urgency while countless others stayed asleep. And here's the reality. If you don't wake up with purpose, someone else will happily sell you theirs. If you don't chase your own vision, you'll spend your life chasing deadlines for people who chased theirs. That doesn't mean working for someone else is inherently wrong. Sometimes it's necessary, sometimes it teaches discipline, sometimes it gives you stability. But if you stop there, if you hand over your dream entirely just to serve others, you lose yourself in the process. The Stoics believed every person has a duty to live according to their own nature, meaning using your gifts, skills, and energy towards something meaningful. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that a person's worth is measured by the worth of their ambitions. So ask yourself, are your ambitions truly your own, or just what society handed you? Building your dream doesn't necessarily mean quitting your job tomorrow. It doesn't mean recklessly throwing away stability. It means carving out time each day to invest in what genuinely lights you up. Write that book before work. Start that side business. Learn that skill after hours. What matters isn't how fast you move, it's that you move at all. Because every morning you delay, your dream collects dust while someone else's keeps growing. Think of mornings as stolen time. When the world is still quiet, before obligations rush in, you have a sacred window to plant seeds for your future. Most people waste this window on distraction. But builders, dream chasers, use it to create. That's exactly why morning routines carry so much power. They let you put your dream first, before the noise of the world swallows you whole. And let's be honest, building your dream isn't easy. You'll face doubt, fear, exhaustion, failure. But you know what's harder than building your own dream? Spending 40 years building someone else's, only to realize you never even tried to build your own. That's a pain too heavy for the soul to carry. So ask yourself every morning, whose dream am I building today? And if the answer isn't yours, find a way, no matter how small, to invest in yourself. Maybe it's an hour, maybe 20 minutes, maybe a single page or one small step. But do it, because if you don't, no one else will. Affirm this truth right now. I choose to build my dream one morning at a time. Number 5, work in silence, celebrate in private. In a world obsessed with noise, silence is real power. Everywhere you look, people are shouting their plans, their goals, their dreams, announcing what they're going to do before they've even taken the first step. But here's the danger. When you reveal too much too soon, you invite doubt, envy, and sabotage into your life. That's why one of the most valuable lessons I've learned is simple. Work in silence, celebrate in private. When you keep your dreams quiet, you protect them. Think of them like seeds planted in soil. Dig them up too often to show people, and they never grow roots. But water them quietly, patiently in private, and they grow into something unshakable. People don't always want to see you win. Even those closest to you sometimes carry envy in their hearts, not always out of malice, but because your progress reflects their own stagnation back at them. If you announce every move you make, you hand them the opportunity to plant seeds of doubt in your soil. They'll say things like, "Are you sure about that?" Or, "That sounds risky," or, "What if you fail?" And those seeds of doubt can crush your confidence before you've even begun. The Stoics warned against living for other people's opinions. Epictetus taught that the more you chase approval, the less free you become. Silence sets you free. It lets you work without the burden of others' expectations, allowing you to focus on progress instead of applause. Think about some of history's most successful people. They didn't broadcast their every plan each morning. They built quietly, step by step, until their work spoke louder than any words could. Greatness doesn't need a trumpet. It announces itself through results. Celebrating privately matters just as much. Why? Because flaunting your victories attracts envy and negativity. Sometimes it even draws in people looking to exploit your success. And sometimes, praise tricks your brain into believing the work is already finished, killing your momentum. But when you celebrate quietly, you stay hungry, you keep building, you protect your energy. This doesn't mean never sharing anything. It means being intentional about it. Share only once the foundation is solid, once the results speak for themselves, once no one's doubt can shake you. Until then, guard your dreams like treasure. So how do you practice this? Simple. The next time you feel the urge to announce your plans, pause. Ask yourself, does sharing this serve my growth or just my ego? If it's only ego, stay quiet. Let your progress speak in due time. Tomorrow morning, sitting with your thoughts, remind yourself, my silence is my shield, my work is my voice, and when the time is right, my results will speak for themselves. Affirm this truth in the comments. I will protect my dreams in silence and let my results make the noise. Number 6. Listen only to the right voices. The world is loud. Everyone has an opinion for you. Family, friends, coworkers, strangers online. They all want to tell you how to live, what to do, where to go. But here's a truth that changed my life. If the person giving you advice isn't living the life you actually want, why listen to them? We often give too much weight to opinions that don't deserve it. You share a dream with a friend and they laugh. You tell a coworker your plan and they say it won't work. You open up to family and they project their own fears onto you. And slowly, without even realizing it, you start shrinking your dream to fit their limited vision. The Stoics warned about this trap. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the opinion of 10,000 people means nothing if none of them actually understand the subject. His point was simple. Not every voice deserves your attention. Wisdom isn't measured by volume. Just because someone speaks loudly, confidently, or emotionally doesn't mean they're right. Think about it. Would you take financial advice from someone drowning in debt? Would you take health advice from someone who doesn't respect their own body? Would you take relationship advice from someone constantly toxic? So why let voices like these shape your path? The truth is, you have to filter your circle. Not everyone deserves access to your mind. Surround yourself with people who've actually achieved the results you want. If you want discipline, learn from those who embody it. If you want business success, learn from those who built real success. If you want peace, follow those who radiate it. Silencing the wrong voices matters just as much as amplifying the right ones. Sometimes that means setting boundaries. Sometimes it means walking away entirely. It doesn't mean you stop loving people. It just means you stop letting them control your choices. And here's the key. The loudest voice in your life should be your own. Every morning ask yourself, what do I actually want? What feels right for me? Listen closely. Trust yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're the one who lives with the results of your decisions, not them. So when you wake up tomorrow and the world's noise tries to drown you out, remember, most of it doesn't matter. Choose carefully whose words you let in. Affirm this truth with me. I will only listen to the voices that lead me toward the life I want. Number 7. Life rewards consistency, not excuses. If there's one lesson mornings have taught me, it's this. Life doesn't care about your excuses. It only cares about your effort. You can explain why you didn't wake up early, why you skipped the workout, why you didn't chase your dream. But excuses don't produce results. Consistency does. Think about it. One workout won't transform your body, but daily discipline will. Writing a single page doesn't make a book, but writing a page every day does. Saving money once won't make you rich, but saving a little every day builds real wealth. Success isn't about one giant leap. It's about small steps taken again and again. The Stoics lived by discipline. Seneca wrote that it isn't that we have too little time, but that we waste so much of it. Every wasted morning adds up. Every excuse compounds, but so does every act of discipline. The small things you do daily shape the entire arc of your life. Consistency is powerful because it compounds quietly. You might not see results right away, and that's exactly where most people give up. They quit too soon because they're chasing instant success. But the truth is, mornings aren't about instant results. They're about planting seeds. Water them day after day, and eventually the harvest comes. Excuses, meanwhile, destroy you silently. They seem harmless in the moment. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm too tired today. But one excuse becomes two, 2 becomes 10, and suddenly years have slipped by. Excuses steal more dreams than failure ever could. So what's the fix? Build non-negotiables into your mornings, small actions you commit to no matter what. Maybe it's 5 minutes of journaling. Maybe it's 10 push-ups. Maybe it's reading 1 page. The size doesn't matter. What matters is doing it consistently. That's how you train your brain to choose action over excuses. Think of life like a ledger. Every day you either deposit discipline or debt. Discipline builds you up. Debt drags you down. Which one are you adding each morning? And here's the secret. Consistency builds confidence. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you prove you can trust yourself. And once you trust yourself, nothing can shake you. Tomorrow morning, when your mind starts whispering excuses, answer with action. Even if it's small, even if it's imperfect, choose consistency. Repeat this affirmation with me and comment it to lock it in. I choose consistency over excuses. Every morning I move forward. You've just walked through truths that took me years to fully understand. Life waits for nobody. If you don't take care of yourself, the world will move on without you. Regret is wasted energy. Learn from it and rise. If you don't build your own dream, someone else will hire you to build theirs. Protect your vision with silence. Filter the voices you allow in, and above all, practice consistency. Every morning is a chance to decide. Will you waste it, or will you use it? Will you drift along on excuses or rise through discipline? The Stoics taught us that time is the one resource we can never reclaim. Once today is gone, it's gone forever. That's why mornings matter. That's why urgency matters. I can't make this choice for you. I can't walk your path for you. But I can remind you, you are not powerless. You are not stuck. Every sunrise is a second chance. You don't have to carry regret. You don't have to follow the wrong voices. And you don't have to build someone else's dream. You can choose differently, starting today. So when you wake up tomorrow, don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for life to slow down. Just rise, move, act. And as you move forward, hold this affirmation close to your heart. I rise stronger every morning, and I will not waste the time life has given me. Write it in the comments. Speak it out loud. Live it daily. Because life waits for nobody, and neither should you.